Rise to fame.
Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Browns taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be under the command of the former Florida State Seminole, the #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On 1st and 10, Winston. This one complete to Jordan Reed. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Winston. Yeah, this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
Entering play call, coach suggests on my corner, AHP base, on my corner, AHP base.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 8, a post shot. Inside zone split.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now Chubb. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a hole sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Well, 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Plenty of excitement in this stadium and all throughout the league as we kick off another NFL season, and there's no shortage of storylines to keep an eye on across the NFL. But, Charles, what has you most intrigued about this matchup we're about to see?
Well, it's almost embarrassing to admit because it's essentially low-hanging fruit. But I'm as eager as everyone at home to see the return of one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He came out for one playoff game last year, but he admitted that might have been a premature return. Now with an entire offseason, training camp to prepare, he's ready to lead his team again.
Stretch short, curl flat, AHP plunge. Pitch seam.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, you can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Nick Chubb, the intended receiver, 3rd down here.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. This is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym, preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now the second down throw on target. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, number 6, umbrella please to, number 1 LB blitz.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. And now it's second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple into the 38. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. On 3rd down, Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And fighting down inside the 25. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether they expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. 15 yards. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Blunt's to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position and only one play to score.
Entering play call, special teams, exit sections, left to selected.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
But look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Looking to throw again on second down. Winston. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Sione Takitaki. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
3rd and 13.
suggestions. There are 6 categories.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Colts, nothing.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories. FS middle blitz. 0 blitz. FF cover 3 sky. Recent plays. There are 6 hook slant showed you.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that is incomplete. Passing game not in sync here early. Now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Taking it about the 16. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense. Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Off the bootleg. Cone. That's complete. He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Well, certainly they're hoping that he continues to pile up those completions. And, Charles, we heard him go on record and say during the offseason he kind of reevaluated his approach to the game. So with that being the case, what are you expecting to see from him this year?
And one thing you pointed out before we even got to this game was just how refreshingly honest he was about how the injury forced him to change the way he plays. I think that he knew that in order to be successful moving forward, he had to take film study a little more seriously, take care of his body a little bit better, and really get back to the basics of the game and focus on the mechanics. And I think that he's ready to roll now.
And he's brought down after a very nice game. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30.
1st down and goal to go.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibility.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
It is now 21-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run.
Entering play call, special teams, we have 6 options, and off left is selected.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Jameis now on first down. He completes this one to Mack. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on second down. Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So it looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
The Colts on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Winston. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they have the football. It was set up shop at the 33-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, some words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that thing. Everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, curl combo, PHP slip screen.
We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in week 1. He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. The 29-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
From the gun, Coe. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 cat verticals.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw again, Coe. And his throw here's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Refuses choosing to go down. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Entering play call, coach suggestion, call flat, call combo.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal.
Triangle.
And take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And they got into the end zone. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that.
Certainly seems like getting him into the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
A second down throw for Winston. His throw incomplete.
So far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance, even in a long yardage situation, to let them know on the other side, this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a first down, but if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. And he'll be out right at the 35. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the visiting Packers who were able to come in and win this one on the road. 30-0, a blowout, your final. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. 28-24, the final score. And finally, on Monday Night Football, should be a good one there, between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome
Entering
everyone
play
back
call,
for quarter
special
number
teams,
3.
you have 6 options. Return left is selected.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession. And he's made it easy for us to put together a highlight package. Just wondering what he ate before this one started.
Let's include that in the package, right? Get the gourmet out here, figure it all out, and guaranteed he'll do that going forward as well, because with a game like this, you don't want to change things too much. Oh, yeah, you also want to continue to get that great blocking he's received today, too.
Yeah, kudos to the guys up front indeed. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Entering play call, scoop. AHPISO. Scoop. Contactor. AHPISO.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the carry, it's Chubb. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Well, you certainly have to give them credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Looking to throw on second down. Cole. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Beckham, 56 yards. And the Browns continue to roll.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, error rate.
Let's look down at the extra point.
Options, empty selected.
He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 21-yard line.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories. Cover 3 bus press.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. And he finds the tight end, Reed. A gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Winston now from the 50. This one hauled in by Sample. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And the Colts 1st down.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. The good run on 1st down, followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Suggestion. Entering auto flip on pop-up. The eye will handle flipping your defensive plate.
Let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 category. Up slant showed you. Recent plays. Over corner blitz free.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Winston. Oh, that was dangerous. Thrown into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Winston. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field, but it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Colts 3.
Surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go, let's go. Their own 22-yard line.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the third, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. Kintit, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are pouring it on. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen, but just like 3 rushing touchdowns, and of course throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, error 8 categories, you have 15 options, event to selected.
Wants to try to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Sione Takitaki, his 2nd sack of the night. Here on a Sunday night, you are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, error 6 categories.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Outside 30.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Winston, that'll be caught right side by Reed. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback, reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now Winston. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Are you serious?
This will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
6 categories.
Okay, just like that. Just like that. Hey, 51. It's just me.
Second down, Winston. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. That'll leave it with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Winston on 3rd and 2. And Winston lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's going, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. A run for Nick Chubb. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
You're right about that. A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb there to make the grab. And the first fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Browns. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Let's look to add the extra point.
You have 15 options. Add empty selected.
This one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
There are 6 categories. Man free key.
First down, Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
There are 6 categories.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing, Winston. And oh, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brandon, got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And again, it's Chubb. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there. At the 11-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 3 options.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They broke that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
Suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options.
Wants to try to add the PAT. This one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Indy set to go on offense once more. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Winston toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one to put it mildly for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
3rd and long for Winston. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not getting the first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a good call there. That brings up 4th.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Fielded at the 33. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter. And now can really take some time off the clock. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And they can't corral him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They run, Chubb, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They couldn't ask for a better start to the season than this one, and don't want to put too much stock in it, but a Week 1 win really in the return for a quarterback that they weren't sure would ever get back to what he once was.
And you and I both know there's going to be a lot of debate about whether or not he was looking better today than he has in the past. But what's not up for debate, they won the game. And in the process, I do think he made a lot of people question whether or not he'd be able to come back as a starter. Look just a little bit foolish.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.
Entering screen player stats, team call. Scoring summary, total, post game, finish game.
I was pleased with how I played, and it felt like Coach's confidence was returning also. I really believe we had a decent chance of turning the season around.